Viewer discretion is advised, bitch.
Did you know that a young boy drowned the year before those two others were killed? The counselors weren't paying any attention. They were making love while that young boy drowned.
Wake up, Jason. I need the children of Springwood to fear me. Elm Street has been quiet for far too long. This Halloween, we get back to the basics, bitch.
Ooh, spooky season is over. It's murderin' time.
Here's Freddy.
Dude, Friday the 13th. Nightmare on Elm Street. Has there ever been a time? Has there ever been a rhyme? A reason to take two colossal horror icons and smash them together like God particles? All on the big screen.
One time only. Freddy versus Jason.
Bro. Obviously, okay, dude. It's back to the basics time. This is our second holiday fucking special, right?
Holiday special,
and
yeah.
this is a fuck fest, right? Because we're going balls deep, adult rated, okay?
Viewer discretion.
This is the viewer discretion advised. We're talking about horror. We're talking about murder. We're talking about rape, right? Blood. Decapitation.
Oh, yeah.
So
we getting balls deep.
So if it's not for you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, turn away now.
Turn away now, dude. Be warned.
It's going to get crazy.
So in the 80s, you know, they started the slasher movies, right?
I love it. Give it to me, man.
Friday the 13th. Nightmare on Elm Street. Halloween.
The best.
Right?
Yeah.
What's the chainsaw dude?
Oh, Texas Chainsaw?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah.
Slasher films. Big. 80s.
Yeah.
You hit it. Halloween. Michael Myers.
Who's bigger?
I don't know, man. See, that's one thing that they didn't put on the big screen. Why do you think that is? They didn't put Jason versus Michael.
No.
It'd be two mute motherfuckers battling the whole thing and nobody even talking.
The proper pronoun is mongoloid. Thank you very much.
Big old mongoloids. You need someone
Jason Voorhees, baby,
with a mouthpiece. Someone who's just talking shit the whole time,
dude.
And you get Freddy fucking Krueger.
Freddy Krueger. So obviously we're divided. We are at war on this episode.
Don't do it.
We are at war. Obviously it makes sense. I'm team Jason Voorhees. Team Voorhees.
Freddy all day.
Your team.
Freddy all day.
Your team loser.
Oh, no.
Dude, so what was it as a child?
Oh, the knives, man. Burnt face, Freddy.
That's scary.
Oh, that's creepy. Burnt face, dude. His face is just caked on, burnt, just looking disgusting. He got the little fedora. It was always, and I said that while we were watching the movie, it was always that shadow of Freddy.
Okay.
That he just walks in. You don't even got to see him. You just see the shadow
of the
and
knives.
The hat and the knives and his laugh.
It's creepy.
It's creepy, man.
If I had a dream and seen that, yes, I would be very afraid.
Be shit out of your pants, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, yeah. So Freddy, for me as a child, I don't care what you say about Freddy. Oh, he jokes, blah, 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 blah. That motherfucker is scary.
You think so?
Bro, don't go to sleep.
Don't go to sleep.
He gonna get you. Don't go to sleep.
Coffee, your best friend.
Make friends with it.
Yeah. As for me, like Jason Voorhees, it was I relate to Jason.
Yeah, what is it about Jason that you love so much, man? Because I'm not the huge fan of Jason.
And like I always said, I'm a huge fan, and I'm like I said in the first episode of Back to the Basics, Jason Voorhees is very similar to Tupac Shakur for me.
What?
I'm a huge, what I guess the term
How
they
you
call
gonna put those two together?
Because they're probably the only two characters of my childhood. Well, one's fictional, one's real, obviously. But if they got beef with somebody, they're automatic GOAT, greatest of all time. So everyone else in subcategory is below them.
So you think Jason's better than Freddy? You think so?
Do I really have to say what is fact?
You think so?
Jason Voorhees is immortal.
Freddy Krueger is a motherfucking demon, bro. Let's get down to it.
Do you believe Freddy's a demon?
Ooh,
Do you believe Jason's a demon?
No. I don't believe so.
But you think Freddy's a demon?
Jason is just a straight up human. The only thing that's mystical about Jason is his mom. The spirit of his mother gives him like superpowers. Fucking Kane over here just Undertaker raising from the dead. Yeah, what is up with that?
There's a lot up with Jason, but
I don't think he's a demon though.
no.
Freddy is a dream demon.
Well, Freddy was a human.
He was.
Same
before
thing,
he died.
like
Just like Jason.
Child's Play.
Oh yeah,
Right?
Oh,
You-
another one of my favorites.
You
Chucky.
have a character that was just. I always thought of the spirit of Chucky,
Yeah.
similar to the mind of Carnage from Spider-Man.
Oh, he's a psychopath.
Cletus Cassidy, right?
See, and that's how Freddy is too.
Yeah.
He's just laughing.
He's a
laughing. He's a
psychopath.
psychopath. It's tight.
So what was it?
Cool, isn't it?
So okay. When it we're rambling, but when it comes down to the horror franchises, you got a lot of people that are hardcore Michael Myers fans.
Oh yeah. They don't count. Sorry, Mike.
Yikes. I would like to listen to people on why Michael Myers is their favorite, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
I love Halloween 2. Halloween 2 is a
Halloween
great
1 is
movie.
very slow.
I love the Rob Zombie remake. That movie
okay.
is fucking
Yeah.
brutal. That's like one of the most brutal movies.
Yeah. See, but they left out Mike. Why? He's not even in the discussion. It couldn't be like a triple threat, 3-way.
Triple threat match.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
I think that like when it comes down to it, the premise of the entire movie, Freddy versus Jason, is absolutely iconic because you do have Jason, which is an immortal tank at a sense, right?
Yeah.
He can be manipulated. You know, never once has Jason's intelligence ever been like, yo, he's so smart. No, but then you have someone like Freddy.
Yeah.
He's on the brink of extinction.
But he's very sadistic. He is like the smarty pants. If you're gonna compare the two, like who's smarter? Like Freddy's like thinking. He's thinking
he's
of
the
different ways to
strategist.
kill you. Yeah, he's hella strategic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something, see, that Freddy has. He's very sadistic.
This entire movie, too, Freddy versus Jason, I believe it's very much a Freddy story.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Jason is more of the second in, like, behind the background, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
For the whole first half. I think for, like, the whole first half of the movie,
it's a
all
Freddy movie.
It's
yeah.
all, like, them in Springwood and them, like, trying to forget Freddy and leave Freddy in the past because as soon as you bring him up, you give him power.
Yeah.
You give him that fear, and Freddy feeds on fear.
So everybody in the town basically has okay. So Freddy versus Jason was basically the final film of both franchises.
Yeah, the culmination of like 10 movies each, I think. It was like building up for the past 20 years, all built up to that moment.
It was like 10 a decade, right? It was like 10 years.
Was it? Yeah.
In production, multiple screenplays, multiple writers.
For one movie, 10 years in the making?
Well, not in the making, just trying to get the right story, the right people. It was just in hell. The characters were in hell.
Yeah.
But then we had Jason Goes to Hell. And Jason's mask falls to the floor. He's dead. And Freddy's glove just pops up, takes the mask, drags it into the earth. What the fuck? That
So
is the
cool.
equivalent of the whole Alien and Predator. Like
Yeah.
the Xenomorph and Predator.
definitely.
Crossing over like, oh shit.
When worlds collide.
When worlds collide, dude.
That's it. Yeah.
And you had Freddy intervening with Jason, and everyone's like, what the fuck?
He's fucking with Jason the whole movie. From beginning to end. He's messing with him.
Jason's a pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He uses him to
Yeah.
come back because Freddy's in hell. He has very little power left, and the last of his like demon power that he uses is to turn into Jason's mom. And that's the one thing that brings Jason back from the dead.
I wish they would have got the original actress.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing.
It would have been epic. But the actress who they did get was
That's
actually
cool.
pretty good.
She had the sweater on and
Yeah.
everything like that. Mom, you know what I'm saying? It was so tight. And it's crazy how I want to talk a little bit about that is where this movie was, they played with like Jason's lore, and it was interesting on how just no explanation, just the willpower of a hallucination of his mom
Yeah.
brought him back to life.
Hey, man.
And that's something about, I guess, his character is it. And I said we were watching the movie right now, and I was like, it kind of reminds me of the Beast from like the Unbreakable
Yeah.
and Mr. Glass and stuff. Was if he believes he can come back to life.
It's very like a psychological thing with
Yeah.
his mom. I think it's just ingrained in him to like listen to his mother. So as soon as he hears his mom's voice and she's just like, "Wake up, Jason." You see his heart start beating. It's boom, boom,
Lungs
boom,
start
boom,
expanding.
and his eyes open. And the whole time it was just Freddy, just
Manipulating.
puppet master
Yeah.
pulling the strings. Yeah, just sitting there laughing. And it's Freddy who brings Jason back from the dead.
But isn't that something interesting? That it was literally willpower. I
Yeah.
would say, like,
Yeah.
what is it that brings
it's
him back?
his willpower, yeah, to listen to his mother. It's like obedience.
Not even death can stop that, and that's just it. That's interesting, but it's completely glossed over. It just happened, and we're jumped into it, and we got Jason on 1400 block Elm Street,
Elm
baby.
Street, yeah.
1428.
They go back to the original house, the original street. They go back to where it all began with Nancy and Freddy. And Jason's sent to put the fear in the hearts of all the children from Springwood. And I talked about smarts. It's very smart on Freddy's part. He knows that they're going to think automatically, this must be Freddy. Kids are dying. People are dying. Oh shit, we have this history with Freddy Krueger that we want swept under the rug and for everybody to forget about. And now people are dying mysteriously. Psycho killer on the loose. It's got to be Freddy.
Yeah.
It's got to be. And just that in itself puts the fear back in the hearts and brings Freddy back from the dead. So
Quick, very
yeah,
easy.
And him bringing Jason back, he brought himself back.
Yeah. Pretty interesting. I like that aspect.
Yeah.
And I think they did this movie, I guess when it came out, if you liked it or not, maybe it didn't live up to your expectation of what you thought these two horror icons were going to clash on screen.
Yeah, I think a lot of people didn't like it at the time when it came out. It wasn't like, I mean, it was, so that's something that you had brought up, that it was very big in the box office.
It made a lot of money.
Made a lot
It
of
made
money.
more money than either franchise ever did. Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's crazy.
It was like 20 something million to make. It was like 116 million made. So it almost, it grossed almost $100 million
Yeah.
more than any film in both franchises.
That's a success to me.
So why wouldn't you want to do a sequel? Why wouldn't you want to follow up?
Don't get me started on a sequel, man.
You know,
Don't get me started.
it's just, I think they did the film very well with the clash, and they even got Elemental on it. It was just like, oh, Freddy died by fire and Jason died by water. How can we use that against them?
Yeah.
And it was just like, okay, freaking Avatar, Fire Nation.
There was a lot of aspects in this movie that I remember we were watching it and we were like, what? That's like Mortal Kombat. What the hell?
When she's pinned against the tree, Jason kills the first chick in the pink shirt.
And it's just flashing and flashing.
It reminded me of like Mortal Kombat Annihilation, like the graphics, right?
Yeah.
And it's weird because this was like 7 years after that.
After that.
Yeah.
They took a lot of elements from different like movies that you can see in this movie, and it was just interesting watching that. And I hadn't watched this movie for probably like 5, maybe 7 years ago. So this was the first time. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a while. And to go back and like
it's almost
rewatch
20 years old.
It's
like 17, 18 years old.
And to go back and watch it and see really just how well this movie was done.
Yeah.
Compared to the stuff that we get now that is supposed to be scary. This movie blows everything else out of the water.
I don't think there's a lot of scenes in this movie that are supposed to be scary.
Yeah, it's not a scary movie.
I think this was a giant ode to both franchises.
It's a classic slasher.
Did it feel like a Freddy film for you?
Yes. They captured, because I remember when we were watching it, I was like, oh, that's straight out of Nightmare on Elm Street 1. Oh, that's from part 3. Like, okay. Oh, I was like, okay, Dream Warriors.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, she was like, I'm going to go back into Dream World and wake me up. And you've seen that in multiple films. Straight out of one of my favorite movies, Freddy's Dead. They go into the Dream World and pull Freddy back out into the real world. And it was
like I say, I think they took a lot, right? There's so many films of both of the franchises, and it was so much lore you had to compile into one movie, and it's not long. It's like an hour and a half.
And that's crazy, because when we were watching it, I was like, this feels so long.
It's not that long.
But there was just so much jam-packed into it.
It's pretty fast-paced.
The pace of this movie, really well, because not at one point did I feel like, oh, this is dragging. Like, oh, this is boring. It was just like from beginning to end, the whole film was just moving.
Nice, yeah.
Up until the very end, it was like
and it's just full of that 2000s rock.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
It was. You can definitely tell it's a timepiece by the score that was used with it, because it's like no other films nowadays have like something like that.
Yeah.
They had that 2000s rock. Even the end credits is all, wake me up or something. I don't know. It was weird, dude. It was weird.
It's a very weird 2000s rock. Let's talk about some of the characters.
Okay.
So we got the main character. We got Duck Lips. She's super hot, right?
Duck Lips. What?
She's got duck lips the entire movie.
So she's just like this?
The whole movie. Even when she's unconscious. Yeah.
she's giving the Ben Stiller.
But she's a great protagonist.
She's perfect.
Big boobs and all. Okay, so like I said, this is an adult show, so
they focus a lot on her boobs.
Yeah, her hair is always wet. Her eyes are always blue.
She's wet the whole film.
She's got duck lips the entire movie. She's always got a white blouse on, just wet.
They capitalize on that wet T-shirt.
And it captured that slasher concept. That's what part of that 80s slasher
100%, dude.
And I think they did very well with that. Even though today, like I say, the movie's almost 20 years old. Today, I don't think they really do that in slasher movies anymore because of, politically correct bullshit in Hollywood.
Yeah, you can't have just female protagonists running around with their boobs out.
Just tits hanging. Well, I mean,
the girl...
Some others, they kind of do that in slashers still.
Maybe, yeah. But at the very beginning, you see that girl. She's just naked on the dock. Jumping into the lake. Yeah.
Butt naked.
Tits and all, everything.
That's our Friday the 13th, baby.
That's Jason.
Every Friday the 13th. It involves certain like certain things, certain tropes. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
A trope.
Yeah.
You know, so you got teenagers having sex. You got teenagers smoking weed, doing drugs.
Right at the beginning of the film, they are literally fucking in the main girl's house. The
Yeah.
two friends.
Yeah.
They
Kim!
just-
Is that Kim?
I think so.
Babe, don't make me ask twice.
Yeah. He
Babe,
He
you
pulls
know I
her
don't
into
like
the room.
being touched after sex.
He's a psychopath. That dude. He definitely
What
got
did I
some.
tell you, babe, about smoking cigarettes and kissing me?
He's an asshole.
He's a dick.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for her.
Yeah, she looks like a scared dog, and that's what I was telling you.
Yeah.
Anytime he's like, babe, she's like, oh, okay. And then her friend even asks her, like, why are you with this dude?
He has a cute ass.
And yeah, they're literally just fucking in her friend's house, and then she goes and takes a shower, and you just see her whole body.
So let's get to the kills. We haven't got to all the
First
characters
kill.
yet.
That's
but
the first kill in that scene when they're after
Well,
they have sex, right?
First kill is Jason.
Yeah, but
I
see,
think
that was
that's
a
in
dream.
his mind.
That was
Yeah,
a dream. Yeah. It was Jason's version of hell. He was just going around killing girls on the
At
dock.
Camp Crystal Lake,
Yeah.
baby. Let's get it. Let's go camping.
This
Get the weed,
psychopath.
get the alcohol. I almost said get the teenagers, but no, don't get the teenagers above 18.
Don't do that.
Yeah, mature episode. Whoa. So, yeah.
You got the first kill in the bedroom.
And I think
yeah.
that's probably one of the most unique kills of the movie.
That dude was a Jill sandwich.
He got smashed in a bed. Jason just, dude, and I was doing it too. We were drinking a beer, and then like the scene where he's like shaking, he's getting stabbed in the back, and then he's just like,
And that's even after Jason.
no, that's
like-
before.
Oh, is it before?
Yeah, and then
oh,
he-
so he
and then
stabs
he-
him. Okay.
Yeah, he stabs him multiple times, and then he fucking pins him into the bed.
It's one of the most like it's not graphic, but it's like holy shit. Like Jason is a psychopath.
There's not a lot of unique kills, and that's what Jason and Freddy are known for.
Yeah.
Are very unique murders throughout their movies. And in this movie, you have a lot of generic kills, a lot of slashes.
So you can tell the difference between like the first films or like the actual films in their franchise between this one is they focus more on like the unique, how are we going to kill this character in a new way?
Yeah.
And then this is kind of like sampling from all the best things. I think that bed accordion thing was pretty unique. But then you have like the caterpillar, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
He's all high, so he's like tripping out. And
Was it
Freddy just
Freebird?
like goes into his body.
One of the characters, Freebird, by the way, is a complete ripoff of Jason Mewes.
Yeah. Jay and Silent Bob. I think they're going to sue somebody.
20 years later.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're aware.
They probably didn't even watch this movie. Who knows?
But yeah, you have a lot. I think that was more of lines of the Freddy Krueger caterpillar.
Yeah.
That worm.
It was weird. It was. I don't remember that.
Really? You were saying
like
that
when I was watching this as like a
when they go to what
as a
was it
teen.
called, the asylum, whatever, the
Yeah.
Hills or something Hills.
there was a lot that I didn't remember in there. I was like, what is this?
He had one of my favorite deaths, by the way. That was probably my favorite death in the whole movie.
Oh, where he chops him in half.
Freebird, yeah, where Freddy's like possessing him, and he's got the two things of to put him to sleep.
See, that right there was straight out of, I think it's Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Child, where he sticks that girl full of, he shoots her up because she's like a junkie, like a drug addict, and he shoots her up in the alley. That's straight out of there because the dude's just sitting there, and it's Freddy, and he shoots him in the neck and puts Freddy to sleep. He puts Jason to sleep.
Yeah.
And that was interesting to
Jason
me.
cuts him in half. It's the coolest kill in the movie. Besides
That was
the bed.
interesting to me that Jason pretty much can't die, but he can be put to sleep. That was a
It was a
little
lot
weird.
of tranquilizer. It was a lot of trank.
Tranked up and stoned like test buggies.
And if you realize too, the only reason why Jason didn't wake up while Freddy was jacking him up in the dream world,
They kept tranking him.
Linderman, and let's talk about more
Linderman!
characters. I love Linderman. He's my favorite character in the movie.
Classic nerd.
He's the classic nerd,
Going
but he's
after
a
the hot
badass.
chick.
Yeah, he told that bitch, you know, fucking, you got too much makeup on your face.
And it was crazy. And I was telling you, I was like, it's pretty nutty, or it's weird that he literally puts her in her place. And then she's like, ooh, okay,
Let's
yeah.
dance.
Okay, daddy. Like, what?
Yeah, so Kelly Rowland, right?
Yeah.
So we have the main character. I don't know her name. Let's just call her Duck Lips.
Duckliff.
She's super hot. Then we have Kelly Rowland, which is the other girl, the other friend, and then the third friend is the one that's with the asshole boyfriend.
Asshole dude.
They're
Ooh.
all extremely hot. It's a slasher movie. There's always going to be just attractive characters, whether they're
Yeah.
male or female. And so I liked this choice. I know a lot of people said that these girls were super annoying, but it's a slasher movie, dude. Actually go back and watch some of the old slasher movies.
Yeah, dude. Nancy in the first.
They're always annoying.
Yeah, in Nightmare on Elm Street, she's super annoying, and her acting's not even that great.
That's why it's so fun to watch them die. Right? That's why we watch these movies.
Yeah.
And I want to get at that.
To watch all the characters die.
Why do we enjoy these movies?
Because people love to see people die.
Yikes. But what is that?
I don't know, man. People, it's like a big thing, especially now with like Netflix and binge watching. Every girl I know just loves her some murder mystery. What's up with that?
Murder mystery,
They
murder
just
she
love,
wrote.
they just love shows about killing people. What's that about, y'all? And it's not just girls. There are some weird dudes out there who probably watch Dexter and get off on that too.
Hey, don't you talk about my boy. Don't you talk about my boy.
He's a psychopath.
Yeah, that's why we love him. Why do
Yeah.
we love
I don't know.
psychopaths?
It's because
Why do we love serial killers?
well, think about it, man. We can't go out there and kill people in real life that we got a problem with. If you do, you go to jail.
So you're saying we're all typical American psychos?
We all live through these movies. We want to see people get gutted and killed, and it's weird. It's definitely a question for a psychologist or somebody.
I wanted to
You
ask
know?
you that
Because we all crazy. We are the Walking Dead.
we are the Walking Dead because we kill, right? Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, we kill. And I want to get into a little bit more into the actual characters themselves.
Oh, Jason and Freddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of bullshit that, I'm going to just say it right now. Bullshit that Freddy got like 2 kills the whole movie.
Oh, yeah. Jason got all the kills, my dude.
That's some bullshit.
Hey, dude, this is a Jason kill fest. Like I said, I think a lot of these kills are very lackluster. They're very boring.
Yeah.
But Jason did come through with like over 20 kills.
The count for Jason is super high. And
Freddy
Freddy
got
has like 2.
2.
Who does he kill? He kills the stoner, the J wannabe, and
You don't kill him. Jason kills him.
Jason kills son of a.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freddy only kills the friend of the mental patient.
The Freddy's back.
dude. Freddy's
back.
on his back. Okay.
It's Freddy, and then I love that scene too with our girl. Is there Kim?
Yeah, he tries to
in
kill
the
her.
boiler room. That is the boiler room scene.
That's perfect. It's
And she's
all
walking
red.
through, and she's just
She's
hot.
super afraid.
She's super hot.
You could tell. Yeah, you could tell she is afraid of Freddy, and they do that classic shadow on the wall.
Yeah. And I love the scene when she's inside the locker, and then Freddy rips it open.
He's about to kill her.
Yeah, and my boy Jason, but she was about to be raped. And,
Oh, yeah.
and Jason Voorhees killed both of them, just impaled them.
In the real world, she was
Yeah.
gonna get raped by that dude with the glow sticks.
Yeah, the glow sticks guy. Nobody
Yeah,
likes
she was
him.
all drunk and asleep, and he was gonna rape her.
So there is a cornfield scene.
Best
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic horror cornfield.
Can't have
Jason's
slasher
on
movie without
fire.
cornfields.
Jason's on fire, just killing kids at
That
a
is
rave.
a really good scene.
They're getting drunk. They're getting high.
He's just slashing, slicing, and dicing.
It's so good.
I wish Freddy would have popped out, and just started slicing motherfuckers in the chest.
Well, Freddy had his scenes, right?
He
I love
had
the
very
scene.
few.
I love the scene with the that one asshole that got bent in the bed. That one scene of the kid when he's in the street and Freddy like pops out like a shadow. That's
Yeah.
a good scene.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's like, "Oh, I don't have enough."
Because he's
power."
about to kill him.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, don't have enough power yet.
Yeah, it's so good.
I just feel like he was cheated on kills, man. He was cheated.
Well, it was a Freddy story.
That's true.
And he
I'll
chose
take that over the kills.
And that's what's so great is he chose Jason, and he even says it. You're like, oh, okay, let's talk about round one, baby. Freddy versus Jason.
Fight.
Back to the basics is at war. Freddy versus Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Round one.
We're going to get into it.
Let's get into it.
Fuck Jason.
What?
Send that motherfucker back to hell.
So
Fuck Jason.
I'll fucking kill you.
You
the
can
first
try.
the first round is in Freddy's.
Oh, yeah. Ding, ding, ding. It's over. Freddy all day.
Freddy's got home court advantage.
Drown that motherfucker.
No, they're in the boiler room.
Oh, yeah.
So this is when
You're
Freddy
right.
sends Jason to sleep. It's
Yeah.
round one, baby. Jason's unconscious, and he is now in the boiler room setting. So everything turns red.
Perfect.
And I love the color grading of
It's
this
so
movie.
good. When it's Freddy, it's all red all the time.
And when it's Jason, it's all blue. You
That
know what
water,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Shit, I didn't turn the damn lights blue back here.
Yeah, well.
Oh, well. Fuck. Here we go. Let's do it live on
There
the
you go.
podcast.
And
Let's go blue,
see,
baby.
So I think that was the thing that you said you didn't like, right? Is that they gave Jason that fear of water.
I didn't like it until you started breaking it down to me. Because this movie gave Jason a fear of water when literally, okay, yes, Jason was drowned in Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
But throughout all of Jason lore, Jason has always followed teenagers into the water, has jumped out of the water, been in the water, killed people in the water. He's constantly in the lake. He's like a lake monster.
The lake monster. So
he
your
really
thing,
is.
So your thing is, if he comes out of the lake, why would he be afraid of water in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you started breaking it down like on a
It's all in the mind, baby.
yeah, psychological.
What you interpreted it as.
I interpreted it as I whoop your ass. Freddy,
Okay, Eminem.
Freddy's a bitch. Freddy's a bitch.
No
Freddy's
way.
a bitch.
So let's talk
Voorhees.
about Jason being a little bitch.
Camp Crystal Lake, bitch.
Freddy takes Jason back to a child. After he realizes that Jason is afraid of water, Jason
Turn to
steps
green.
towards the water. Yeah, he steps towards the water and he stops. And Freddy's like, so you do have a fear. And then he realizes this
Stupid.
motherfucker's afraid of water.
Stupid.
But see, it's in the dream world.
Yeah.
So in the dream world, even though he might not be afraid of water in the real world, 'cause he's
Physically.
like a tank physically, in the dream world, it's his psychological field.
Subconscious.
Fear. It's like he's scarred
He's subconsciously afraid of water.
because he drowned in
drowned.
the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird because on site, whoa, I use those new kid terms. On site, I say that's bullshit.
yeah.
Because throughout his entire lore, like I said, he kills people in the water. He's never been afraid of water. But I like that once you start bringing it up, is how Freddy's all about subconsciously
He's
breaking
a
somebody down
psychological.
and making them fear something.
Killer.
What do you fear?
He feeds on the fear, man.
Feeds on fear.
So he finds out
That's
what you're
cool.
afraid of.
That's cool. And so basically, he found he was afraid of water, and he broke him down. He covered him in water, and it was
He
like
started
this.
drowning him in the lake.
Well, before that, he broke him down into a child.
Yeah.
And so I do want to note for our war that Freddy is such a bitch that he had to take Jason in the mental mind and break him down into a child just to shove. And this is a gross scene.
Ooh, he shoves the blade into his temple.
It's disgusting because he's okay. So Jason was born a mongoloid.
Yeah,
and this
he
is
weird.
one of the reasons why he wears a mask.
He a
And
weirdo.
in the movie, when they're in Camp Crystal Lake and she's having that flashback when she's dreaming, you see the kids bullying him, and they put a sack on his head. Well, Jason, as we know, the original film, Jason's just the boy. It's his mom, Pamela.
Yeah.
Pamela Voorhees.
She's the original killer.
She's the original killer. And she gets her head chopped off at the end of the movie. And it's an amazing film.
And in part 2, he has the sack, right?
Part 2, when Jason is
Yeah.
older, he wears the sack with the one eye.
So this fool don't even get his iconic mask until part 3.
He doesn't get
The
his mask
fuck?
until part 3. Jason 3D. One of the worst ones. It's good, but it's one of the worst ones. But I love how everything just blended together. And then we seen this one neutral. I said it turned green because
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
like
neutral.
the light behind you.
Yeah, it turned green because the scene was neutral. And they were in this dream world, but Freddy like shrinked him down, and then he tried to drown him, and then
Oh, my favorite part where Jason.
why do you? So you just
in
like
the
to see my
van.
boy drowning?
Oh yeah, drown that motherfucking
I will
mongoloid.
fucking
He's just
kill you.
drowning in the van, and you see water coming out of his mask, and she's like, "Oh, Freddy's killing him." It's perfect.
I'm okay.
Perfect.
Okay, I cannot wait to
Perfect
stab
depiction
you.
of Jason. Bitch ass drowning.
I'll kill you. Okay, we're gonna get into round 2 now.
Fight.
So okay, in the first round, Freddy beat the shit out of him. I'm gonna say round 1, Freddy won.
Give it
Freddy
to my
won
boy
round
Freddy.
1. He's like binging him around like a ping pong or
Ding,
like
ding,
a
ding, ding. Tilt.
like a pinball machine.
Pinball machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Freddy just wants to have fun, man. Freddy's a psychopath. He just wants to kill, but he wants to have fun while he's doing it. He's constantly laughing. He thinks everything's just so funny.
He's a fucking loser.
He's
He's a loser. Okay, now let's get into a little bit of Freddy lore.
yeah, Freddy.
What do you
man.
follow? Okay, so this dude kills little girls. Are we gonna?
So-
I'm not gonna use the P word here.
So the
But-
original Freddy wasn't none of that. The original Freddy only went after teens.
No,
He only killed the teens in the first movie. He
he's
only
killing
killed-
little girls.
No, he only killed. Well, so that's the backstory that is given to him. That's why the town supposedly burnt him and set him on fire and killed him, was because there was suspicions of him killing little girls, killing children, and a bunch of children went missing. But then the court system failed to convict him, so the townspeople went and burned the motherfucker. He wasn't even convicted. He wasn't even guilty. And they burned him anyways. And then that's when he comes back as
so
Freddy.
you think Freddy Krueger's innocent?
I'm not saying all that, but he was burned. And see, that's what the newer movie tries to kind of make you feel like, oh, was Freddy innocent
A P
the whole
word.
time?
A P word.
Was he a P word? Was he doing stuff to little kids that he shouldn't have been doing? Like, we don't know. But see, it's that backstory. But in the original movie, Nightmare on Elm Street 1, with Johnny Depp
teens.
and Nancy, it was all about the teens. He was putting the fear into the teens because he was coming back after the people who burned him, those adults. He said,
As for
fuck
their
y'all, I'm going to
kids.
come back for your kids.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill your kids
Yeah.
now. And they were all teens.
So-
it wasn't until later that...
So Jason Voorhees, let's just jump on that real quick, the lore. He was born a mongoloid.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently, I guess that is a sensitive term. You can't really say that anymore. Unfortunately, I said it. So he was
Well, we didn't
born.
even say
He
the
was
P word, so whatever.
Jason Voorhees was born deformed,
Yeah.
and his mom very much
Hair's
loved
all
him.
weird in the back of his head.
His mom very much loved him, and
Mama's
and,
boy.
and the thing I love about Jason Voorhees is that. So he was, I think, like the camp cook. He was very young. He was helping out at the camp.
Oh, so he wasn't like a member of the, like he wasn't there at camp?
No, I think he was part of like the staff. He was like
Really?
he's special needs. Okay.
Oh, so that's why. Okay.
Obviously, Jason Voorhees is very special needs.
Well, yeah.
He was born deformed.
I just thought he was there like at camp, like his parents sent him away
no,
or
no,
something.
no. I don't quote me on that, but no, he was. I think like more of the administration type, but he was
Yeah.
a kid though. But he was only helping out because Pamela Voorhees was at the camp.
Yeah.
I believe, and I think it has something to do with his land. I don't know, but
And did you see why he drowned? Because
Well,
Freddy was fucking
so
one of
you-
the camp counselors.
well, so do you have like?
Not my fault. This bitch is dead on her feet.
I can't put that in the episode because I got to blur out the nipples. So, yeah, Freddy's actually having sex with a dead body.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it's disgusting. And but you have little Jason Voorhees. He's being bullied by the way he was born. Okay,
Yeah.
this is why I want to
Oh,
I want to make this point.
They push him into the water.
I'm speaking. Okay.
No.
I'm speaking.
Go
I
ahead.
don't see no fly on your head.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm just fucking with you. But the Jason Voorhees over here, I want to make this point that he was bullied. He was born a certain way, and he was bullied for it. And what I love about Jason Voorhees so much is he drowned while not only the kids watched, but the camp counselors, the people responsible, the teenagers responsible for his safety were having sex, and they were smoking weed, and they were doing their own thing, and they didn't pay attention to this young kid that drowned off the dock of Camp Crystal Lake.
They were having fun. Fuck them kids.
But anyways, that's why I love Jason, because I feel for Jason.
Yeah,
And
he
it's
was a
complete.
victim.
And you keep saying this is the other side of the coin.
Oh yeah.
Freddy, Jason. This is why they chose those two. Is because Freddy, you don't feel for Freddy. Freddy is a troll. He is an antagonist. He's coming for you. Jason, you're just like, bruh, I feel you, my dude. Like, and you're just like, kill them camp counselors, those fucking losers. Kill those motherfuckers.
But what did the characters,
Freddy is attacking innocents.
What did the characters in this movie do to Jason?
Jason's being manipulated the whole movie.
There you go.
Yeah, I will admit that Freddy has the upper hand. This is a Freddy Krueger movie. This is a Freddy Krueger revival, and I love it. And I think they merged the two worlds so perfectly together because it tells you, and they both are almost like Batman Begins stories as well, because they show like all the murderers, they show who Freddy is, they explain his backstory.
They give that in the beginning
and
of the
then
movie.
they did it during the second half with Jason.
That was cool.
And they show Camp Crystal Lake. So you have the boiler rooms, you have Camp Crystal Lake, you have these iconic settings, Elm Street 1400 block. It's a
The red
good
door,
movie.
the house with the red door. It's so good. They have everything in this movie that you would want from the originals. They put it all in. And that's what I was saying earlier, that it's just really good. And then you get to round 3. Freddy beats Jason. The episode's done. We're
You're
done.
fucking
Freddy
crazy.
beats
We didn't
Jason.
even get to round 2, where
What?
Jason beats the shit out of him in the cabin when it's all on fire. When what's her name pulls him
I
out
thought
of
we
the
already
dream.
went there.
Well, we didn't talk about a lot of things. Freddy Krueger's trying to. What is he doing with his scissors? What's her name? What's
Oh,
her
he's
name?
trying. Yeah, he's trying to finger bang her.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Yeah, he's trying to fuck the
Camp-
girls.
Camp Crystal Lake. Man the torpedoes.
That was cool,
These
man.
are your lines.
Yeah, man, the torpedoes. And he cuts off the ends of the torpedoes and the air tanks and shoots them at Freddy. And you just see Freddy flying. And that's one thing in this
Jason
movie.
flying.
Or Jason flying, yeah. And that's one thing in this movie that you said a lot was these characters just go flying a lot.
The whole time, dude. And okay, so let's get into really quick this part. So Jason wins round 2. Jason
okay.
wins round 2.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fair.
Because he fucking throws his ass. He wins round 2.
I feel you.
So
I
Freddy
agree.
wins round 1,
Yeah.
Jason 2, and then now we're at the final fight.
The final countdown.
Yeah.
Final fight. But see,
They're on the
Jason has the home court advantage in this final fight.
He does.
And I said it, man, and I'm going to say it again.
But they're on the pier.
Freddy would have got away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids and their Scooby-Doo van. Their damn Scooby-Doo van, man.
And if you go back and watch it, yeah, they're on the pier, and it's finally they're hitting each other with blows.
Those are death blows.
Oh, Freddy cuts off Jason's fingers,
Epic.
grabs the machete, and just starts hacking
Freddy
him.
won right there.
Well,
Freddy
we don't know
won.
if he won, because remember, Jason is immortal. He's been killed many times.
That's true, yeah.
So-
he just cut off his finger. But then that's
He
what
had
I
the
said.
upper hand.
Yeah, because I was like, how's he going to grip it if he ain't got no fingers?
still has a
He
left
can't
hand.
grip his machete.
He shot a left hand.
And then you see the distraction from the main character.
Remember the scene when she's running down out of the cabin, just boom, boom.
She's like, you're not coming?
Not that scene when she's running down with the two fire
Oh,
sticks.
that's an epic scene.
Yeah.
That's perfect. It's
She's
perfect.
got the cuts on her chest.
Yeah, from Freddy. He's scratching up her chest when he was trying to
And
finger bang her.
you gotta remember too, if this wasn't a Freddy versus Jason, you wouldn't have all these boobs in the movie. You gotta think Jason. Thank you, Voorhees. Camp Crystal Lake Administration.
Freddy like pivoted on a lot of like the teenage angst. Like you have that scene where she's in the bathtub and his claws come out of the water
That's a good one.
and she's naked and it's like Freddy just literally came up out of her private parts, her vagina, like he's just like like he's gonna play around.
The movie done so well, and we're left with our two antagonists, these horror icons on Camp Crystal Lake's pier. Their
So-
little pier.
So who do you think wins, man?
Well,
Who wins the whole thing?
Freddy has the upper hand. Then you got what's her name coming in, Duck Lips, and she's fuck you, and she lights everything on fire.
Go ahead, say it. Say it. What's her line?
Then they blow up, and then they fly into the water, right? And I said, remember those stuntmen
Oh,
got awards for that scene.
That's crazy. I thought it was just like CG or something.
And no, it's actually pretty cool. They so basically, what we think is Jason Voorhees comes up out of the pier with his machete. It's not Jason, it's Freddy.
Oh, that scene was so good because they make it seem like it's Jason. Because he's stomping.
Because you remember, Jason fucking ripped off that dude's arm. He ripped off Freddy's
Yeah.
arm.
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck you and your weapon. Look at that stupid ass
Freddy
hand."
literally plucked him in the eyeballs and was like, fuck your eyes. You
Oh,
don't need to
yeah.
see nothing.
He
yeah.
just-
He cut into him, man. Freddy was whooping that ass.
That was pretty crazy.
He was whooping
He was.
that
He had the
ass.
upper hand
And
on the
those
dock.
pesky kids.
Luckily, Big Titty Duck Lips came to rescue our boy Jason. You know what I'm saying?
Kids.
But it was good. And then we have the moment where he goes to strike the two kids, the main
Oh, yeah.
Will
'Cause,
and what's her name?
Freddy has Jason's machete.
And then all of a sudden, Freddy's hand just busts through his own chest like he's a fucking xenomorph. And Jason falls into the water.
He's done. He's
He's
dead.
done. No, not dead, but he's done. Freddy sits there on his knees and he's looking at his own
And he's still
instrument.
alive.
His own instrument through his
Yeah.
chest.
Yeah.
And she says the classic line back to him.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Whack. Oh, it's so good. He falls into the Camp Crystal Lake. They walk off. And then we have the Mortal Kombat moment.
What was
The
that?
next day, we have the victor, Jason Voorhees, arising from Camp Crystal Lake with machete in hand and on his stubby hand holding the head of Freddy Krueger, the victor of this battle.
All right, I'm gonna head out. And then Freddy winks.
What do you think that is? What do you think that is? As an audience member, what do you think the wink signifies?
It was a little nod to, you think Freddy's dead? No, not in my house. Freddy's still alive. You can't kill Freddy. Freddy resides in the dream world, and that's That's all it is.
Okay, Shadow King.
You can kill Freddy in the real world, but he's a dream demon. He will never... He's alive in the dream world. So even though they cut his head off, it's like Jason. He's immortal. You can cut his head off, and he even says, he's like, they tried burning me. They tried holy water. They tried taking away my children. And I just keep on ticking. He's Freddy Krueger. You can't kill him. He's a dream demon.
And do you? And one of the things that I love so much about this ending is it gives you that, and you hear Freddy laugh, and then you hear the, and they blend the two theme songs together, and it's so good on how they're both still alive.
And they set it up for a sequel.
Or do you think it could just stand alone? But stand the test of time?
Well, it is a standalone at this point in time.
Yeah, because they
20 years
rebooted
later.
both of them.
Yeah. And that was something that we were talking about is, should there be a sequel? Or should we get an epic tag team matchup of Freddy and Jason versus 2 other characters?
Michael Myers
and Hellraiser.
Two demons facing each other, and 2 immortal souls stabbing each other. Michael Myers versus Jason. Freddy Krueger versus Hellraiser.
It's perfect, man.
Give it to me. Like 2.5 hour long horror film.
Oh, yeah. You got to put everything in there. That'll be the end-all, be-all epic movie.
If I ever saw Hellraiser versus Freddy Krueger in the dream world, in the mystic world, in the mind,
that is
battling, oh my God.
Yep.
I personally believe Hellraiser would tear Freddy Krueger apart.
No.
Oh, Freddy Krueger is a bitch compared to Hellraiser.
Well,
that's my boy.
You know, that's one man's opinion.
That's 4 E's, motherfucker.
So, yeah, man, Freddy wins at the end.
No.
And we go on to, you know, Freddy gets a remake.
Fake news. Freddy and Jason both are still alive. So who do you think is the victor in this? Yeah, we all have our opinions, and all of them are schlock.
They leave it open-ended. Yeah, and there was something that I wanted to bring up, man, that I did not know when I was looking into Freddy, and this fool has a TV series set in the 80s, a live-action Freddy TV series.
What?
It's called Freddy's Nightmares. And from what I found out is Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger himself, even directs a couple of the episodes.
No way.
And it's all set before Freddy dies. Before they set him on fire, it's all set. And it's the whole story of Freddy before he becomes Freddy.
And it's filmed.
It was in 1988.
Really?
And it was on the network called like Chiller or something like that.
Really?
And yeah, it was.
So it's out there.
It's out there. Look it up.
We're gonna have to look that up.
It'll be a cool thing to watch. I've never seen it. I didn't figure you would see it. Had ever seen it.
I've never seen that.
It's out there. So that would be something cool to experience.
And then we could watch that and talk about it. And I would love to talk to you about an early Jason Voorhees Mandela effect type mystery conspiracy. That would be fun to talk about.
More conspiracies?
Oh yeah, all day.
Bring it on. We're ready.
We're undead immortal spirits. You don't think we're not conspiracies?
Tag team champions, Freddy and Jason.
Yeah, baby.
Back at it again. This is part 2 to our Halloween special.
That was just the beginning, boys and girls. Now, we are the tag team champions of horror. The world now fears the name of Freddy Krueger and Jason Voorhees. Camp Crystal Lake and Springwood will never forget the names. We will live on forever! Until next Halloween, this has been another episode of B2DB